Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
Good morning. What is happening?
What's that smell?
That is us, AI Laura. That is just us.
Gross.
That's all. You know, we're smelling fresh.
That's right.
AI Laura just is confused. Her programming's off.
Yeah, it needs an update.
It's Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. AI Laura is still here with us this morning, even if she's malfunctioning a little bit.
Hot Duke water. What was that?
It's just always a little off with the AI. You know it's not real when they mess up certain words.
Yeah, you're like, it's close, but something's off a little.
Something's not computing here.
Right. Anyway, good morning. It is Tuesday. A lot of people I saw on the roads this morning just jogging, and I saw a lot of people running their dogs. So just be careful. You don't want to. I know more joggers get hit in the morning than any other time of the day. So be careful.
It's funny you say that because I saw a lot of jogs and dogs too.
Yeah.
Jogs and dogs.
And maybe people
nice.
realize that we've got a finite amount of time to actually do that before you're running in your garage.
Yesterday was a beautiful morning. Today's going to be another beautiful morning. So just be safe. We're going to have Beefwater on the show today, but I think he's going to be MIA.
Yeah.
Even though we know where he's at. He sent us a text this morning and said, "Good morning. My flight got delayed, then canceled last night. I won't be getting on a flight until 7. Just a heads up that my travel plans have been hijacked by Alaska Airlines. Have an awesome show." So he went to Disneyland for the weekend for work. Like he had to go for work. It's not like he just went to eat a bunch of churros and party.
The best part is that he went with a whole bunch of people from here. I think we're the only 3 people who weren't in Disneyland.
Oh,
and
isn't that wonderful?
Nothing more magical than that, right?
Thanks for the invite.
So I figured this morning that they're probably all on the same flight. Nope, everyone else is home, and there's a couple down the hall here.
So
nice
how'd
and
that
cozy.
happen?
Yeah, just from Anaheim to Portland. How did that get canceled?
Just him, just the beef.
Did he sleep in the airport? Like, how do you?
That's what I want to know. Like, did he have to go back to the hotel? Which, if you leave, what is it?
Is he in Burbank?
It's Burbank. So what is that?
Yeah.
John Wayne? Is that
How
the John
far
Wayne
is
Airport?
that
Yeah.
time-wise? I mean,
So it's
he's
like
probably
50
not going back to Disneyland.
I don't
He
know.
Went to a hotel.
Maybe it's only 15 minutes away, but the hotels closer to the airport are probably cheaper.
No,
so.
because if he's in Burbank, he probably flew out of Hollywood Burbank, and I don't know how.
Well,
far that
that's.
is
I didn't
from-
mean Burbank. I meant Anaheim. That's what I meant.
Oh, got
Okay.
it. Okay.
So Anaheim. It's at John Wayne Airport, right? So,
So
is it
I would
Bob
guess.
Hope? I can't.
not
Is it
sure.
Bob
I
Hope
don't
or
know.
John Wayne? It's one of those guys.
Too many airports.
I would guess, because this has happened to me when I've been in California where I checked out of a beautiful hotel, went to the airport, got screwed, and then you don't go back to the beauty because you're out of cash. So
Right.
he's
Yeah.
probably at some sweat sack or he's sleeping on the rail of one of those seats.
I could see him just sleeping on a rail. Sometimes you get lucky at the airport and you'll find some seats with no armrests,
Rarely.
but it's rare, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I know why they do that,
Yeah.
but it irritates me.
I don't know
There's
why-
been times I've had to sleep at the airport and I'm like, dude,
I know.
I don't know why
Give me a
though,
couch
because
or
it's like it's not like you can just break into the airport to sleep there. Like you have to be a ticketed passenger. So
I guess they just don't want one person,
Taking up everything.
Yeah.
even if they are on a flight.
That's fair,
Because that's
but I
what I
mean-
would do if I'm on. I got laid over at Las Vegas once for 8 hours,
Yeah.
and my only place to sleep was behind the ticket counter. There was like a little 4-foot gap between the ticket
Yeah.
counter and the window, and I just was able to sleep there because there was nowhere else.
Yeah,
I
I've
saw-
definitely slept on the floor
Oh,
of
yeah.
a dirty airport.
Yeah.
I saw a guy sleeping on the floor and he had a sign on him that said, "Flight canceled. I'm exhausted. Please don't wake me up or call the police. I'm not wasted."
That's funny.
Oh, that's good. Have you ever had to sleep at the airport? What airport did you have to sleep at? Was it PDX? I mean, I guess you could just go home.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
I've had
if-
major delays, but I don't think I've been sent home when flying standby after being there all day. That's demoralizing.
Yeah.
that's
Like, we're out of flights, sir. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Nice try.
866-445-1059. Have you ever had to sleep at an airport? Which airport was it?
And now, the big story.
It's time to go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. Laura, you want to kick it off?
Sure. I think the big story is that the city of Portland is extending pay to park hours, and it starts this Friday on the Central East Side. So just a heads up there. Drivers will have to pay for on-street parking Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. all damn day. The Portland Bureau of Transportation says it's because of higher demand for parking. It'll also raise revenue for the city. Meters in downtown Portland are going to be the next change, starting on September 2nd. So they're
aren't
just
we lucky?
ringing us out.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. We want to fill up the city, but let's go ahead and add that fee. The big story to me is National Chicken Wing Day, and today is a delicious day. Now, you're not going to have any trouble tracking down a deal because plenty of your favorites are going to be doing it. Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings, Hoots. If you can find a Hooters, you can get it in there. Also Applebee's, and some people don't realize even 7-Eleven will be getting in on the action. Looks like they'll have a wing available for you today.
When you want instant diarrhea.
Yeah. You know when you're a little blocked up and you're looking for change? Yeah. Hit those wet wingies. Now, if you're not a wing person, no worries. Today is also National Lasagna Day.
Oh, I like lasagna and wings. Can I eat them both?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I might do both.
I would recommend
I
that,
can't. Never
actually.
mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Put it on the wish list for
It's
later.
Maybe next year.
Definitely.
I think the big story of the day is this is pretty obvious or not really surprising, but Ozzy's catalog has soared in streaming since he's passed. Since his death just on July 22nd, we're a week away from it now. A week away from, as of today.
Yeah.
But according to the Hollywood Reporter, Spotify numbers have gone up significantly. Ozzy's catalog went from 12.4 million to 18.7 million streams. And then
That's a big bump.
Sabbath's catalog went from 19.8 to 24.6 million.
Wow.
That's huge. And it's great to get those people their money.
Yeah.
Like they're all getting paid a little scratch here. It'll help pad things.
Ozzy still has some stuff coming out, though. Ozzy's Last Rites, his memoir, will be out in October. So,
Okay.
Is there any more music?
maybe
Like
not.
lost
I bet you there
stuff.
probably
Yeah.
is. I bet
Somewhere,
you there probably is.
yeah.
Because, for that last album, it got a Grammy, so I bet there was a lot of stuff on the cutting room
And
floor.
I thought he was already working on new stuff, so there might be some things that are
Yeah.
finished.
If we get a chorus and piece him with somebody else, it'd be good.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this memoir ends up being a movie because I hear it's kind of
gotta be.
bonkers. So that's out in October. Get more online at 1059thebrew.com.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
So Beefwater's flight got canceled. He had to go to Disneyland for from work events, which is going to be difficult for him because he's on this diet and he can eat no churros while at Disneyland.
And also, now that he's delayed in an airport, that's also there is no healthy option. I promise.
Yeah, right.
Like you just walk around in a circle, especially once you're inside. Like your gated area,
Right?
Yeah.
You got a Burger King, you got some sort of yakisoba noodle and pizza, and
Very,
that's it.
very limited options at the airport. For sure.
Right. I'm headed for that pizza, by the way, though. If I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna eat when in Rome, but he's stuck.
Yeah, so his flight got canceled last night, and we have to figure it out. We're not sure yet, but did he sleep at the airport?
Because he said delayed and then canceled, and that's the worst.
And that was late. He said it was late at night.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
he said his
guessing
flight was at 7 a.m. this morning, so...
There's no way that he went to...
He probably didn't go to a hotel.
You think he just slept there?
I
So
probably would have stayed if I had a 7 a.m.er.
I know I have. It sucked. I missed my flight once. It was when I was coming back from Vegas, and I missed my Frontier Airlines flight. And the next one,
bummer.
that was on a Tuesday. It was either on a Monday or Tuesday, and the next flight wasn't until Thursday.
Yeah, because they don't fly on Wednesdays, right?
So I had to buy a whole separate ticket on Frontier or Spirit. I can't remember. I think it was a Spirit Airlines.
A whole different airline.
And it was actually more, that one ticket back home was more than the whole trip to Vegas combined.
My God.
Of course.
Anyway, the next flight wasn't for like 8 or 9 hours, so I slept at the airport. And like I said earlier, the only place to go was behind the ticket counter at the gate. Well, there's like 4 feet gap between the ticket counter wall and the window where the plane sits.
That's kind of a nice hiding spot, though.
But think about where he is, though. So, like, since he's in Las Vegas, I'm guessing you showed up and your meter was about spent.
I was so hungover. I wanted to just go home.
Because you just want to get on a plane and go to your bed.
I went, and so when I got to that gate, I just immediately went to sleep.
At least that helped.
But we want to know: have you ever had to sleep at an airport? If so, what airport was it at? And, what for? Did your plane get delayed or canceled like Beef's? We got a text from 6996. It says, I've had to sleep at LAX, Minneapolis, and in Mexico City. And so love it. Once I get home, I always swear I won't fly again.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'm just not going through it again. And then you forget. You get desensitized.
2396 says, so me and a buddy got our flight delayed like 10 hours at LAX. So we said, screw it, and lay down on the floor using backpacks and pillows. The LOL, the gate we fell asleep at had nobody. And when we woke up to an alarm clock, there were people everywhere.
I know. That's so awkward when you wake up and you're just like, oh my God.
There were people standing, sitting, surrounding us completely.
Yeah.
And it was super awkward as we had to get up from the middle of the floor as people were very rude to us.
That is so funny. I mean, Portland has one of the best, places to lounge around. They've got big chairs and couches and stuff, but we're not a connection city. I don't even know why we have them. Right?
Why don't we have in our airports, like the airports they have in Japan and other countries, they have those sleeping pods, and they're incredible.
I think just because they could make a ton of cash.
Yeah, I would get there early just to hang out in the sleeping pod.
Yeah. Take a fat nap.
Little nap.
For sure, man. 98197 is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. 6525 says, had to sleep in the Winnipeg airport only to have a Mountie kick me out and inform me that they had a hotel at the airport. But that airport hotel was $400 a night.
Yeah,
of course.
Denver has the same thing, but it's like $500 a night for if you
because they got you.
If you want to stay in the Westin, it's like nah.
I feel like there should be some scenarios there should be a voucher that you get because the airline rocked you.
I agree. Like if your flight gets, and they're doing it all the time. It's not my fault. I'm here. If your flight, if my flight gets canceled, you should give me a voucher for a hotel.
The only time I've ever slept on the floor at an airport is because it's like my own doing. Where I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll just have a 7-hour layover in San Francisco. It's whatever.
Or plans your trips very poorly.
And then, this was when I almost got snowed in here. Like, it was like I tried to fly out during a big snowstorm.
Yeah.
So my flight got canceled, and then I had to rebook. So I was kind of just at the mercy of what was available. And that happened to be a very long overnight layover at SFO. So I slept on the floor, and people were vacuuming around me. And then it gets so cold.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't have a blanket. So I'm I'm just freezing my ass off on the floor at the San Francisco airport. I'm like, what?
They got to give us some
is
sleeping
happening?
pods, man, especially when they're canceling flights left and right.
Yeah.
Give us some pods.
You think the airline would cover the pods at least?
We got some talkback messages coming in through our iHeartRadio app. You got something to say to the show, comment, suggestion, you want to chime in, download it for your cell phone, and once you have the brew streaming, press the microphone button to record something.
How about boneless wing lasagna,
Oh,
guys?
that's good. Yeah, today's,
Yum.
what is it, National Wing Day?
And National Lasagna Day, so he's trying to piece it all together.
That's pretty good.
That's good, dude. You're killing me right now on this diet. Everyone's talking about this. Give me a break.
Well, the calendar says it's time to eat.
I got about, what, two and a half more weeks?
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah,
You're on your
almost
way.
there.
Another talkback.
Happy Brews Day, Brew Crew. McD here. Sleeping in airports. God, I've done that so many times. Denver was a horrible one. But actually, the worst was Lexington, Kentucky.
Ooh.
What made it even more worse is a coworker overslept and caused us to miss our flight. So I had to sleep overnight in Lexington, Kentucky.
Well, why
and
didn't
I
you wake
missed
up? Why are
a
you blaming
bacon
him?
and beer because of the boneheads move. That sucked.
Yeah, set your
Bro-
own
Bing
alarm.
bong. Have a great day.
Yeah, you're an
Love ya.
adult. You got a phone.
I'm guessing he was getting picked up by said coworker.
Oh, all right. Well, if that's the case, I understand. But if you guys are sharing a hotel room and
He
he
seemed-
was supposed to the one that's supposed to wake up, it sounds like
Just
you're
for McD being so chippy all the time, he sounds pretty upset with that guy.
yeah. Well, we'll
He
see.
had to miss a bacon and beer.
Yeah,
I'd be
update
mad
us,
too.
McD.
Yeah, for that you should what is it? Disfriend? Is that unfriend? Whatever.
Unfriend.
Unfriend
Yeah,
that
sure,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, disfriend. That's cool too.
You've been disfriended.
Disown.
Dis-
Rip a little bit of their
Excommunicate. I don't
sleeve
know.
off and walk away.
Fat Thor says, I used to pass out drunk at the airport all the time. Well, you used to work there.
Oh,
You'd probably get off
yeah,
work and go
that's
hang
true.
out at the bar with your friends.
I bet they were like, could you go?
We're trying to close
You've been off
up
for 3
bro.
hours.
Yeah.
You won't step outside of the security window.
More of your calls and texts coming up in a few minutes. Have you ever had to sleep in an airport?
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
1, 2, 3.
And now, Brew Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, I'm sure you guys heard about that crazy situation in Manhattan yesterday when a man walked into a very prominent area and just started firing away with a giant rifle. Now, we're getting some details from the mayor of New York City about what actually went down, and this is nuts. So this guy went to the building of the NFL. It's also the same building that has Blackstone, the massive investment firm, but they weren't there for them. He was there for the NFL. He believes that, and with a note that was on his body, that he had CTE from high school football 20 years ago and had put his sights on the NFL. And the only reason that they are safe today, that one of them was injured and is in serious condition, but he went up the wrong elevator. He attempted to go into the NFL offices, went up the wrong elevator, which screwed up his plan, thank goodness. There still were 4 casualties, which is absolutely horrendous, including a New York City police officer. But we know now that it was an attempt to get back at the NFL and their corporate office. I don't know if Roger Goodell or any other high-ranking officials were there at the time, but very scary stuff, and maybe another layer of security will be required moving forward. And finally, the University of Colorado football coach Deion Sanders surprised everybody by saying that he underwent surgery to remove his bladder entirely after doctors discovered a tumor there. Now, he has since said that there are no traces of cancer and that he will continue to coach this season, but it has been difficult. He added this.
It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like an Atlanta Falcon prime at one point, and just dealing with the catheter, dealing with all the stuff that I had to deal with. And right now I'm still dealing with going to the bathroom. Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm going to be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different.
It's tough.
Man.
You got to be careful what you wish for your body. I mean, everybody wanted Deion Sanders' body, but remember, he almost had to have his foot amputated. Now he's had his bladder removed. Let's just hope that that's the end of his health issues. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. More on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Coming up in about 45 minutes or so, we'll have tickets to go see 311 at the Cuthbert Amphitheater down in Eugene. We are asking, though, if you've ever had to sleep at an airport. Beefwater Bay was supposed to be back this morning. He had to go to, I say he had to go to Disneyland like it's a chore.
Womp womp.
It was for work, so he wasn't able to get crazy, but his flight got canceled last night, which is wild. From Anaheim to Portland, it gets canceled.
Because you'd think that's a direct, right?
Yeah.
So what's the deal?
But this flight got canceled, and his next flight here is in about 14 minutes. So did he sleep at the airport? Because it was late last night when that happened.
I just can't see him going out and getting a hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just sucked it up.
I bet he crossed those arms up, dropped his chin into his chest, and went to sleep.
Well, we'll find out when he gets back, but we want to know if you've ever had to sleep at an airport, and if so, which airport was it? This woman's been on hold for a few minutes. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Have you ever had to sleep at an airport?
Hey, I had to sleep in an airport.
What airport?
San Francisco Airport.
Now, I've only been at that airport once as a kid. I don't remember it. Is it a nice airport?
No, not really.
All right.
Not really. There's nothing to do. It was a standby flight back from Reno. So that weekend, it was like I was on standby flight, and so it was like a 12-hour layover.
Oh,
just
man.
because I didn't have an extra ticket booked to come back. So, yeah, I got stuck there.
So where'd you sleep?
On the floor.
Yeah. Because they got those
Didn't have a
stupid
choice in the
armrests
matter.
that don't go up, so you
Yeah.
have no other choice.
Give me a break with that
Exactly.
armrest stuff. You know people get their flights canceled and they're having to sleep there. Give me a break with that.
It is brutal.
They don't give blankets anymore. They don't give blankets anymore on flights, so why don't they give them to the airport?
Yeah, but do
So
you
then
really
we can
want somebody's
actually-
flea-covered blanket? I mean, I
Yeah,
don't-
really.
Probably not.
Yeah.
You're already laying on the ground. I mean, it's insult to injury at this point.
I remember I saw a clip of Dak Shepard and his wife, what's her name, Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell, yeah.
I saw them. They got I think laid over at LAX, some airport. Anyway, they went and bought like $600 worth of blankets from the gift shop.
They're like, we've had it.
And they just made a bed by the gate. They're like, we're not getting a hotel. Everything's checked out.
I might just
Or,
buy a blanket from the, made in San Francisco store or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Overpriced
Yeah,
blanket.
just some blanket I do not want later.
Some crappy 49ers blanket that I'm going to have to burn later.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. More of your calls and texts coming up in a few minutes. Details on how to get yourself down to the Aftershock Festival in California right here.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Happy Tuesday. We got tickets to go see 311 at the Cuthbert in Eugene, which is will be a super stony show, you know?
Yeah.
You go to the Cuthbert, it doesn't matter who you go see. You could go see DC Talk at the Cuthbert, and people will be smoking weed.
Oh,
I honestly
absolutely.
don't remember the last band I saw there. I just remember the weed.
Yeah.
I just remember like it was a plume.
Yeah, I went and saw Incubus.
Maybe that's what I saw, something like that.
And this was like last year or something.
Okay,
when I saw
no,
them.
I was years ago.
And there was so much smoke in the air. You know, when you already in Eugene with a band that like supports weed and it's like their thing.
Oh yeah, it's all in, baby.
I was going to say it's no coincidence that these bands are booking the Cuthbert Amphitheater.
Over and over and over again. Yeah.
It's a hidden gem too, that little venue. A lot of people don't even know it's there.
Dude, and it's so awesome. Kind of, it's like within walking distance of Watson, but it's stuck behind like deep in the park in the trees.
And the trees cover it real nice along that little creek.
Summertime, there's really there's few spots that are as good as that place.
Exactly.
So, 7:30 this morning, we'll have tickets to go see 311. We will play our new game called Two Truths and a Lie.
Yeah.
That's
Where
right.
all of us on the show will two of us will tell the truth, and then one of us will be lying, and you just have to point out the liar to win. All right, so I found this article online last night. Actually, I heard Court talking about it, and I went and dug it up. But it's what Americans would give up for $1 million.
All right.
Ooh.
What Americans would give up for $1 million. And the survey, man, the stats are pretty surprising.
Yeah.
So first off, Gamble Lizard is the site that conducted the survey, which sounds like a site that would take all of your money.
Totally.
Yeah, a good place to end up broke.
It's a Canadian casino site, and they asked 2,000 Americans what they do for $1 million.
Which is kind of crazy because $1 million isn't that much money in the grand scheme of things anymore.
But an article just came out that said most Americans just need about $850,000 to live comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do some damage with $1 million.
I mean, you could just erase you
Your
ever
debt.
paying rent again. I mean, you
True.
pay property taxes, but everything you make would be for you.
Yeah.
And that's what changes you.
Yeah, just pay the house off, and then that's
everything
all of
changes
my
it.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for those property taxes.
Yeah, as long as you just set that aside, you would be living a very flush life.
For $1 million, people are willing to throw away a lot. Their dignity, their safety, their love.
All right.
See, there's only a couple things that I wouldn't do, and I think my health is one because I can't spend money dead.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
No, but
So I think that
You
that
could
you just named
get
all
all-
those
you
things.
could
I was like,
spend money until you're dead, which
You
would
could
be
get
pretty
all the
fun.
best medical
Yeah.
assistance
That's
with $1
true.
million.
But you look like you wouldn't want to, be like, okay, I'd go ahead and like give up my bladder like Dion this morning. I don't know, is $1 million enough for it?
Yeah.
Well, for $1 million, actually, some people would do stuff for even less. 13% would be willing to
$30.
publicly embarrass themselves for $5,000.
Like, how embarrassed?
Yeah, what
'cause
are we
I
talking?
I do
Mildly
that
embarrassed,
daily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we all do that in here every morning. So
Yeah.
give me my money.
Yeah, like now stand at Pioneer Square butt naked for 2 hours and get pelted with cheese bricks.
I don't think so.
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
For $5,000.
$5,000.
Maybe.
That's pretty light.
Because who's going to want to look at those photos later? I mean, you might just to be disgusted, and then
Oh, it's not about the photos.
It's
it's
later.
like two
about
girls. It'll be like two girls, one cup. You'll see it once, and then you'll never want to look at it again.
Yeah, but it'll
live
be
stream on Facebook, and the
it'll
next thing
be-
you know, you're a legend.
it'll be burned into your memory forever, though.
Yeah, but I'll have 5K, and I'll go to Costco and make it rain. Get that generator I've been looking at. Let's see. More than half, 59% of people would be willing to disappear and start a new life, and the same amount would ditch all the devices and go off grid. Hey, that sounds pretty good.
It does sound nice.
Now, before I go off grid, though,
Forever?
can I go to Costco and get a bunch of supplies? 'Cause
Yeah, I'd
mean,
be willing to like
sure.
hand you my
Yeah.
phone I think for $1 million I could give you my phone for a year, but I don't know if I can give it
Really?
to you forever.
A year.
I
It
think
would
so.
be
Because
impossible
after
to reach.
you will,
But you'd have $1 million.
call
You'd
my
just be
girlfriend
on
or his
vacation.
wife or something. You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
like I
Yeah.
just can't have a phone.
You could go back to the days of having a landline.
Or just nothing. I mean, you think about it, that would be your spirit quest. You take your $1 million. You know
true.
that when you get home in a year, it's all good.
Another 43% would break up with their current partner, while 41% would.
43%?
Yeah, and 40.
I feel like if you would break up with your current partner for $1 million, maybe you guys just need to split right now without the cash.
It's a big percentage. That's almost half, and that just means how many people are miserable.
Yeah.
And 41% would give up sex forever for a
Forever?
7-figure payday. Negative. I'm sorry. I'll be poor. I'm not giving that up. I don't
No.
give very often, and I need what I can
I'd
get.
give
Yeah.
it up for like a year.
It's
Yeah,
the
maybe
only
a year. which I've done before unintentionally.
Yeah.
It's one of the few highs on this earth that doesn't have an adverse effect. Like, you don't get hung over after you have sex. You can't take that away from people.
Let's see. Over a quarter for $1 million, 27% would marry someone they didn't love. That's 2 in 10.
Yeah, but people are doing that all the time anyway.
27% of that. 2 in 10 actually would take an unethical job that pays well, and 15% admit that they'd even frame a friend. They'd frame a friend for something that they didn't do.
Now
for $1 million.
you suck.
Up.
Because now you're involving others. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, hack off my own arm. But if you're like, yeah, dude, I'll send Ron right to prison.
This survey is bringing out the worst in people.
And money is scary. And that's why the richest people say it's not a great time.
More.
Some people would be willing to risk their safety. Nearly half, 46% of people would put their lives on the line and step into a real-life Squid Game for their chance to score $33 million.
Stop.
No, not for $1 million, but for $33 million.
Okay, $33 million. Because Squid Game, that type of behavior is, I mean, everybody's going to die except one person.
Yeah, even for $33 million. No, you're going to end up dead.
Laura, for $33 million, would you bankrupt a stranger?
Oh, yeah. Look at those eyes.
Depends. I don't know.
33, you said?
40% of Americans, 40% of Americans say that they would bankrupt a stranger for $33 million.
Does this stranger have a good job? Like, can they make it back? Can I get some details about the stranger before I decide?
I don't think you know anything about them. They're a stranger. They just pick a name
and you
on the list of Social Security numbers, and
you ruin their life.
Yeah.
I might.
You might?
I might.
$33 million, you could always fix their life afterwards.
That's true. And it's 50.
Give them $1 million bucks or whatever.
True. And it's
that you have to let them
50-50.
burn.
Like, maybe they deserve it, maybe they don't.
That is true. Like, what if does the person
maybe they're
deserve
a bad
it?
person.
Then
I don't
might
know.
bathe in the fact that I'm destroying them.
Yeah, let me pick a bad guy.
That is a good point,
though.
though. With $33 million, you could fix a lot of their problems. So.
But then you're like, you get rich and you're over it.
You're like, actually, nah.
Another 46% of people say that they'd consider destroying a stranger. Fortunately, people do have some priorities. 10%, like the 10% who claim that they'd reject $1 million if they couldn't share it.
Oh,
whoa, come on.
Oh, what?
Couldn't
Okay,
share
get
it.
off your moral high horse.
Share
over
it by
here.
taking a buddy to dinner. What are you talking about?
People say they'd also refuse the money if they could never post online again. 21% of people.
Wow.
You know, honestly, posting online, that wouldn't be the biggest deal. Like, having a phone and having access to information and to be able to communicate with your loved ones and friends is one thing, but maybe it might be great to never post a post
I think
online
that sounds
again.
awesome, honestly. Like,
a lot of people are doing
addiction.
that for no money at all. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay me. If they actually won $1 million, 57% would buy a house first, 14% would use it to treat loved ones, and 84% would happily give it to charity. 84% of people are lying.
Happily give it to charity. Maybe
How
some, but
loaded
not,
are you
Yeah.
to just be like, yeah, I'm giving that all away?
I actually don't need this money, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
times are rougher. Have you seen the price of eggs?
Yeah,
and gas is going up now.
It's crazy.
And I promise you, it is going to charity. That's why I'm paying off my
I'm the
bills.
charity.
Yeah, it's me.
This is a miracle.
So there it is. A lot of people are willing to do a lot of things for
$1 million.
for some cash.
Be careful. You win that lottery. You better hold that money tight. People are chew you up.
We got some talkback messages coming in through our iHeartRadio app. Download it for your phone. Once you have the Brew streaming, press the mic button to record a message.
And we're back to the downfall of us all. Greed, money, it's ruining us, guys.
It is. It is.
It's true. But you need
But it's
money.
not just about greed. Like $1 million is not just like a amount of money. You know, it's like you could just like you said.
But it's still
pay off
money, you
your
know?
car.
It's just
but
becoming a
It's still
more
than Benjamins.
It's
But
a
you
more
would just
conservative
like,
number now.
Yeah, you would just like take care of yourself with that though. It's not like you'd go and maybe you'd go buy a Bentley. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'd maybe do something for my buddies.
Pay off debt.
Give them
you know?
$1,000.
It is
Totally.
funny though that it's like, okay, how do you split that up? You're like, well, and who knows about if they tax these things or not, but you don't get that much.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay that house off, take your buddies to Vegas.
Yeah.
It'd be sweet.
98197, that is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. Coming up in a few minutes, we do have some tickets to go see 311. We'll hook those up. And we got to talk to Beefwater later on this morning. I don't know if we're getting him on the phone or not, but
See if he ever gets on an airplane or off one.
yeah, his flight got canceled, so we'll see. It's 105.9 The Brew, Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Happy Tuesday. 311 tickets coming up in a few minutes. Later on this morning, also, we want to know about the weirdest pets that you've ever owned. You know, because if I lose this blubber burn contest, we have to have a tarantula walk on me.
Yeah.
And we don't have anybody that has it. We don't know anybody that has a tarantula. I know that some listeners called in and said that they have some, but we don't personally know anybody that's got a tarantula. So
because it's kind of a weird pet.
It is a weird pet. So we want to know this morning, later on, about under an hour from now, what's the weirdest pet you've ever owned? I got a friend who owned a ferret, and his whole house stunk.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I don't even know if ferrets are legal everywhere. I feel like that's one of those animals that you have to have a permit or something.
They're legal here. I don't know if they should be.
Man, they're so cute though. They are very smelly.
They smell disgusting.
Yeah.
You can get some. You can get them descented, but that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right. That's coming up in a little under an hour. Did you see this? Bill Gates says that smartphones may soon become obsolete. I was always wondering, what's after smartphones?
Just thinking this the other day. We've been on this phone like this for 15, 20 years.
Yeah, for a while there, it was just rapid, right? You'd have the keys, and then BlackBerry showed up, and then the iPhones and smartphones showed up.
At this point, it's got to be something with AI or a chip implanted in your brain where you don't even have to pick up a phone. You just say, all right, Siri, call blah, 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 and it just does it in your brain.
It's scary. Bill Gates says that he envisions a future where electronic tattoos with tiny subdermal sensors will serve as our main means of communication, health monitoring, and digital interaction.
Yeah, I'm getting mine in the awkward spot. I'm going to do a tramp stamp. So every time I got to do a little.
Every time you got to pay for gas, you got to bend over.
Just bend, touch those toes, baby.
I like it.
Other leaders like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have echoed similar views, though Apple CEO Tim Cook disagrees that we'll be doing this.
I mean, of course, because they're not on the forefront of the chip technology. So once Apple figures it out, they'll be all about it.
And Apple's all, everybody calm down for a second. The Apple iPhone 17's coming out.
Yeah, don't get rid of that iPhone just yet.
We got updates.
Laura, you're a church girl. Doesn't that sound like the mark of the beast to you?
Totally end times, Antichrist type of stuff. I always thought it was going to be like a barcode. That's how I always
on your forehead
it.
or your wrist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird.
And also, what kind of tattoos are we talking about here, Bill? Like real tattoos or something I can get removed if I want?
Yeah, because is this permanent? I don't remember the last time we bought a phone and I'm like, this is it forever.
And I just don't see.
And also forcing somebody to get, because
right, my mom's got terrible skin and she couldn't get a tattoo. It would rip her skin off.
Maybe it'll be like invisible ink or something.
Which would be nice because it's like if you have no tattoos, like I've got no tattoos.
And you don't really want a QR
just one
code
random
on your body.
one? Well, that's how I pay.
It's got to be invisible, or maybe you'll have to pay for that. Pay extra
it's got to
for
be
that.
something.
I don't want to do all this. Can't we, I'm fine with my credit card and cell phone. I'm really fine with that.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
need
the whole thing.
okay.
Is it nobody's asking for a solution to these problems?
the companies, though. They're trying to control us more.
And I don't want them inside of me in any way.
The book of Revelation says there will be a one world government. Well, the Antichrist rules.
Fire and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And the 7 years of tribulation.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen,
action.
I'm okay with my smartphone.
And I was raised in a Christian family. I went to a Christian school till I was in the 7th grade. I don't, I've always said if I were put on the stand and asked if you believe in God, what would I say? I would say yes. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that sounds like hogwash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting the mark of the beast tattoo just in case. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't thumb your nose at religion just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
But
Better safe than sorry.
According to the Bible, that'll be our only means of payment.
It's just
and identification.
It's just sketchy, and the government and everybody, they already have too much information about me. I don't need them putting a chip inside my body.
Fire and brimstone, devil worshiper.
That's right.
So anyway, don't
That's
get
the sound everyone's going to be making when we're burning alive.
Yeah. You godless sodomites.
Pretty soon you're going to go down and you can get your mark right there at a T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want it.
Will you be getting a tattoo if Bill Gates says that, hey, it's time. We all have to get these tattoos to connect to people and to talk to our friends and our family and get on the internet and surf porn?
Because one day they're going to turn off the old phones just like when they went to digital on television or whatever, We're going to hold on to these till they just say we don't use those
We're going to be
anymore.
these old guys, you know,
Yeah.
the old crusty phones,
I'd
old
be like,
crusty smartphones.
I'm not making the switch. This phone still works just fine.
All the kids will have holograms coming out of their
Everyone else
chest.
is reading minds.
Yeah, but we'll
I'm
be
just sitting here playing Angry Birds.
And they're going to be like, okay, boomer.
It's totally what we're doing, for sure. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. 98197's our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. 311 tickets coming up here in less than 15 minutes.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's rock station, 105.9 The Broods, Tanner, Joe, and Laura. A couple of things in movie news today. I don't know if you went and saw Fantastic Four over the weekend. I did. If you did, you may have seen the trailer for Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Wow.
The third Avatar movie.
So are they going to not be in the water this time?
It looked exactly like the first two.
Okay.
It didn't look any different. Listen, James Cameron's my favorite director, but I have no interest in this movie. Nobody asked for this.
The first one's all about land. Second one's about water. The third one's about fire.
Fire and ash. But it looked all the same. There's the blue people. There's the water. There's everything's,
In the second one, they change, like, the people. They go to a different planet or something. So, like, yeah, they're still the same color, but I think they're like a whole nother race of them. Right?
It's the same planet, but
like, do people,
or a different part.
Do people go see Avatar movies because of the storyline, or do they go because it's visually interesting?
I think it's an event.
Have you watched these movies?
I have not seen either of them.
They're visually appealing, but
That's
they're
what
not.
I mean. So it's like, why
It's
do we
Fern
need
Gully.
to see another one?
The first one, at least, is just Fern Gully. But James Cameron is the best director out there. I think.
That's fine, but
technically
he's got
great.
like 3 more of these things
I know.
up his sleeve.
I don't
It's
listen.
like,
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get these movies where you like Avatar.
Yeah.
All right, James Cameron said you liked Avatar.
Okay.
So you're
All
getting
right,
3 more.
James.
Yeah, I'm a slave to it. I'll watch them. I won't rewatch them, but I'm going to see what happens.
So anyway, the trailer, we'll put that on the website here in a little bit, 1059thebrew.com. Also, it was announced that there's going to be another Meet the Parents sequel. It started with Meet the Parents, and then it turned into what?
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers. And then there's like Little Fockers.
There's so much as they're just trying to milk it out.
Yeah.
Well, the next one's just going to be called Fockers.
Okay. And
All right.
Stiller, I'm hoping, is involved.
I would imagine that everyone's coming back.
'Cause it would be
It's not the same. It looks like
worthless.
Ariana Grande will be in this one.
Okay. She's a good actress.
But yeah, Robert De Niro is going to return. Ben Stiller is going to return. And I would imagine that, Dustin Hoffman and what's her name? Bette Midler.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
Now, do we get to classify Ariana Grande as a good actress off of the one movie? I mean,
Yeah, I could. I mean,
she was great in it.
That's
but
a good point. I
Is,
don't know.
is she going to be? Maybe she will, but I
It
just
depends.
don't see
I think it depends on the character she's playing.
Right.
You know.
Mhm. We'll see.
She's got a background in acting, so
She's
that's
also,
where she started.
She's also can be funny, and so it is
True.
the Fockers. It's not an Academy Award-winning movie.
she might be like super annoying to some people and cute to others.
Yeah.
And I find her cute.
She does do a lot of great impressions.
Yeah.
She can be both too, cute
yeah.
and annoying.
All right, coming up next, we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie for some tickets to go see 311 down in Eugene. 2 of us are going to tell a true story. 1 of us is going to tell a lie. You just have to point out which one's lying, all right? So we need callers 10 and 11 and 12 right now on the phones. 866-445-1059. We'll play that right after Def Leppard on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
So it's going to be a little hotter today than yesterday, and then it's going to cool off again like it was yesterday. Yesterday was perfect.
Yeah, it was
pretty
beautiful.
comfy for on the corner right before August, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today, here, let me see. Portland weather. I do love me some weather forecasts. The older I get, I'm like, man. I wake up and like the first thing I check.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's the weather going to be like this weekend? Oh, hold on. Let me tell you.
Today it's going to be 91 degrees.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so a little
It's
warmer.
toasty.
Hopefully we don't get the true bulk of that till the afternoon, so maybe get a nice little morning in.
Honestly, usually it hits at like 4 or 5 o'clock, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Tomorrow it'll be 89 and cloudy. And then Thursday, 81 and partly cloudy. Friday, beautiful, 83 degrees and sunny.
Perfect.
And the weekend looks great, too. So
Nice.
All seems right about perfect.
yeah, I think I'm going to go. Just got a new bike rack for my 4Runner. So
Nice.
we're going to take the bikes up to the mountain this weekend. And
Nice.
hopefully I won't crash. That's the last thing I
Nice.
want to do because I don't have a helmet yet. I need to buy one.
Yeah, you probably should do that
I will.
before you go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, helmets. Helmets look goofy, but they'll keep you coming back to this room,
So,
especially up on those trails.
yeah, well, I'm not going to do the hard ones. You know, I will
Well, I'm
die.
just saying, one little fall.
I
He's
wish I
gonna
could.
strap
though.
a GoPro to his helmet and just be like, watch this, you guys.
I got a crazy crash video. You have to see this.
Yeah, just bombing
But I
down the
love
hill.
watching the videos of those guys bombing down the hill.
Like
Yeah.
the Red Bull dudes.
Yes,
those
dude.
guys are
I love
hardcore.
watching it, and I wish I could, but I just know that I'd launch myself directly into a tree and
Yeah.
probably die, like
Yeah.
Tarzan. And I don't need to do that. So, but I did get a new bike rack, and I'm just going to take that up this weekend. Weather's going to be perfect. So,
Nice.
Nice.
there it is. Get more online at 1059thebrew.com. Let's play this game, 2 truths and a lie. Actually, we have a song for this because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
someone's going to be lying here. And we were thinking maybe do we call this game just Terrible Lie since we use this as the theme, or do we just call it 2 truths and a lie?
I mean, sure.
I like it.
You want to let people vote?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Just shoot us a text message at
What do
98197.
you think? Terrible lie or 2 truths and a lie?
Yeah. Because I'll use this song, Terrible Lie from Nine Inch Nails.
We're going to get a cease and desist from Trent Reznor. It's like, you can't
like,
call
what
it
are you-
that, you guys.
What are you doing?
All right, let's go to the phones and meet our contestants. Or should we just tell our stories first? That's what we do.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
let's do
It's
that.
only the second day we're playing this. so I figured
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right.
My factoid is that I once received a pep talk from Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
I was backstage at a show, and she came out wearing these boots. They had like a 4-inch heel on them, and she's already like 5'11", so she was very, very tall wearing these
Criminal
shoes.
for her to wear that.
And I was like, man, I always feel really self-conscious about wearing shoes like that because, I'm afraid of being too tall. And she's like, nah, girl, you got to embrace it. You just got to rock the boots. And so after that, I felt better about wearing tall shoes. Thanks to Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Actually talked to you.
Yeah, she
advice.
did. Yeah.
I'm not sure I
impressive.
believe that or not.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure she's all negative.
My story, whether it's a truth or lie, is up to you. But, Chino from the Deftones lives in Portland now.
yeah.
And we announced that a couple of months back. And then he said it on stage at the concert,
Yep.
We have a very good friend who's friends with Chino, lives close to him, and invited me over to jam with him the other day. It's like,
Really?
I didn't, I wasn't going to say anything on the air, but that was a big moment that I was trying to just keep to myself, like that was a special moment.
Yeah.
But
So did you go?
I went. Yeah, we did it. It was terrible,
Well, you probably just
were
felt
probably
that
fine.
way.
but
Yeah.
we did it. So yeah, that's my story. Drew, what do you got?
I, believe it or not, was saved by the Heimlich, and it broke 2 of my ribs.
Whoa.
Yep, and you would not know me today if I wasn't saved by said Heimlich. I would have liked to not break my ribs, but it happened.
Is that a thing that happens? People break your ribs? They squeeze you so tight?
Got to talk to the guy squeezing you, I guess.
Man.
It's all about angle, baby. Low and up and in, not up across.
All right, which one of us is lying for the 311 tickets? 2 of us told the truth. 1 of us told the lie. Which one is it? Let's go to line 7. God, how do you say this name again? I said it off
Katya.
Katya.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Good morning, Katya. Who's telling the lie?
Good morning. Let's see. I would say the Taylor Swift story is a lie.
Is that a lie? Is Laura lying?
The Taylor Swift story is not
Yes.
a lie. That did happen to me.
Whoa.
You gotta
Yeah.
calm down.
Yep.
Yeah, she probably doesn't remember that, but Laura
She
will never
absolutely
forget it.
does not. But
no
yeah.
way she remembers it.
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you. Whatever your name was. I forget.
Katya.
I'll date Travis Kelce. You can wear a heel that's a mile high.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to line 8. That's David in Salem. David, who's telling the lie this morning for the tickets?
I gotta say that it was Drew.
Was Drew telling the lie?
I was not telling a lie. My buddy Rusty saved my life.
Rusty.
I love
And
you,
he's
buddy.
got
love
a
you, Russ.
tight grip, man, breaking your ribs. Like
Love
that.
you.
Thanks for the call, David. Appreciate it. Jeez, I wonder who was lying. Let's go to Jason in Hillsborough. Good morning, Jason.
Wow, I was rooting for you, Tanner, but I am glad that was a lie.
Yeah. Now, my buddy Neil did suggest it, but that was the last we've talked about it.
Yeah.
He did suggest it, but that was the last we spoke
One day,
of it.
maybe then.
Yeah. But I'm also
One
like,
day.
I don't know if I want to go over there and see how, like, if this guy's a professional musician, I will embarrass myself.
Whatever if you get the opportunity, you should absolutely do it.
And when they're jamming, they're just, they're
Just hanging out.
jamming, bro. It's
Yeah.
half music, half chill.
But Chino's sober.
Just
and I
don't let anyone else
I don't know if I want to be doing
a
that. so.
video or anything in case it didn't go well.
You'd be there in a
If
second.
it does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys.
not going over,
I'll
dude.
just eat a gummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you. Hang on. We'll get your information, and we will see you at the 311 concerts at the Cuthbert Amphitheater in Eugene. We do have another pair of tickets coming up tomorrow morning and online at 1059thebrick.com.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
105.9 The Brew, Portland's rock station. So our blubber burn continues. Beefwater and myself, we only have, 2.5, 3 weeks left of the weight loss contest?
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah. And the loser has to go through a pretty severe punishment. Casey obviously does not want to show his toes because of the fungus and, they're really gross, I guess.
Yeah.
If I win, he's got to show us those. He's got to show us those toes. And if I lose, I've got to let a tarantula crawl in my body. And I got, pretty bad arachnophobia. Not looking forward to it. The whole thing creeps me out. And the fact that people even have tarantulas as pets creeps me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are kind of an alien beast.
I remember
right?
I went on one date with a girl. A really sweet girl, pretty, funny, and she told me she had a tarantula. That was the last date.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
You missed out on a Kinkosaurus, dude.
Yeah.
Kinkosaurus Rex.
Is it possible for you both to lose? Because I would just really love to see both of these outcomes.
Toes and terror in the morning.
Toes and terror.
I don't know.
I don't think it's
I
possible.
think one has to be victorious, but we want to know, is there a pet that you own that was just kind of odd? Maybe you owned a tarantula. Maybe you owned a python. Maybe you owned a monkey. Remember that 911 call that went viral years ago where she's like, the monkey's ripping my friend's face off.
Yeah.
That was wild. And that's what happens when you own weird stuff.
Yeah.
So what weird
do you
animal
got?
do you own or have you owned? 866-445-1059 is the phone number. We got more of your calls coming up right after Sabbath. Happy Tuesday. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on 105.9 The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream.
All right, so we need to get prepared for the end of the blubber burn. If Casey wins the competition, I have to let a tarantula crawl across my body.
Yeah.
If I win, Casey's got to show us his toes. So I'd love to get a podiatrist on the phone. Like maybe there's a listener in our audience who's a podiatrist to come in here. If this happens, if I were to win, to look at his toes and to tell us what's wrong with them. And you can
Diagnose him.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that.
So I'd like to have that happen. You know, if I win, if I lose, we have to find a tarantula.
Like, that's an important part of this is we have to have the item to complete the bet.
And then we were talking about it in our meeting the other day, and we're like, who's got a tarantula? It's just a weird pet to have. Like I said, I went on a date with a girl who had a tarantula. She was cool and all, but when she said she had a tarantula for a pet, she instantly turned weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, what are you, the Addams Family?
Well, if we can't find a tarantula, you might have to slip back into those DMs,
might have
if you know
to call
what I mean.
her up. Yeah.
Real quick.
I hope we don't find a tarantula.
Yeah,
frankly.
oh, darn it. And the girl didn't get back to me.
Yeah,
It's so
crazy.
weird.
Anyway, tomorrow's show, something completely different.
So it would be nice to find, but it made us think about how weird are these pets?
There are a lot of weird pets, and we would love to know if you've ever had a weird pet, or maybe you knew somebody who had a pet. I remember I lived in the neighborhood with somebody who had a giant tortoise in their backyard.
Oh, man. My friend really wants a tortoise, but they live
like 100 years.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible. Like, you don't know enough people to guarantee that tortoise is covered.
Exactly.
Have you seen the oldest tortoise in the world? His name's Jonathan, and he's like 150-something years old.
I think he's older than that.
Is he older than that?
think.
He's pretty rad.
You don't mess with Jonathan.
Yeah, anyway, so maybe you knew somebody who had a monkey, which, you know, I don't know. I guess that's cool on paper, but then things running around, rubbing its butt all over your stuff.
I felt like one of the worst things I ever had a roommate with was the ferret. And we've talked about the stink, but it's a wildish animal.
Yeah.
It's always looking to escape. It's one of those things, it's like if you don't have it caged up in a room, then all hell breaks loose. It's a very strange pet. And then you add the odor. And I don't know how I don't know how they sell them.
My buddy Justin had two ferrets, and he'd keep them in he had a 2-bedroom apartment. He'd keep it in his spare room. He would open that door, and the whole apartment would stink within seconds. You couldn't even breathe.
Ugh.
Let's go to is this Jake the Snake Man? Is that your name?
Todd the Snake.
Todd the Snake Man.
Todd. Yep.
The rhyme scheme would have worked out a lot better.
Yeah.
I've had lizards, large and small, snakes, big and small, tarantulas, and other spiders. Largest tarantula had a leg span of 9 3/4 inches.
Oh my God! You don't still have that
Salmon
tarantula?
bird eater. I don't now.
Bummer.
She lived about 13 years.
No,
before
not
she.
she.
Passed away.
It. It's not a. It doesn't have.
Sure it does. She.
No, it's a female. They live longer.
Stomp on it.
Nah, yeah, and 9 inches?
No.
They're going to stomp on a 9-inch
I've also
spider.
had a ferret. I've had a domesticated squirrel.
Cool.
Pig, a horse, cats, dogs, of course, ducks, geese, chickens, you name it. We've had it. I have friends that
All right,
own
so you had a farm, right?
A sloth?
No, I did not have a farm.
Where did you keep all these things like the sloth? Where did you just take it in your backyard?
Well, you can put a sloth
My
anyway.
friend has a sloth. I've got friends that have porcupine. I've got other friends that own skunks, descented skunks.
Oh, yeah, I've heard skunks are pretty
I've
good
had
pets.
a ferret.
Well, can I tell you? Does your friend who owns does your friend who owns the sloth live in the state of Oregon?
No, they live in California. They
bummer.
actually run a sanctuary
Okay.
for animals, and they have a little zoo.
Because I was about to say, owning a sloth in Oregon is illegal. So
Yeah, there's the little.
Yeah, well, they have all kinds of stuff. They're the one that California Fish and Game, if anybody gets caught with a
All right.
crocodile or alligator, that's where they get sent.
Oh, so it's the landing spot. There is a sloth,
Yeah,
though,
well,
Tanner.
I mean, I used to work with Fish and Game myself.
all right, we
you
gotta
know,
go. This is Todd, the Snake Man. You're driving me crazy.
Very.
I love you. Appreciate your call, but you're making me insane.
There is
yes.
a sloth in Newport, Oregon, at a petting zoo that we saw. I don't know if it's legal. It sounds illegal.
And it's a petting zoo. Maybe it's because it's like a sanctuary.
Sanctuary
or something.
there, but people were.
I don't know. Anytime they call it a petting zoo, I'm like, nah, it doesn't sound like a sanctuary to me.
And people were paying a fee just to go sit with the sloth. It seems a
It's
little
sketchy.
Yeah.
I think it was trying to run away all day.
Right by Road Brewery
But it
there.
couldn't.
Let's go to. Is this Diane?
This is Travis.
All
Not
right.
Diane.
This is Diane on the caller ID. What's up, dude?
Sorry. So not myself, but in high school, I had a buddy that had these iguanas that were like real talk 6 foot long.
Oh.
They had a walk-in pantry that they had like retrofitted to a terrarium or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
And it was it was one of the gnarliest and most awesome scenes that I've ever seen, as well as, terrifying. Like,
Did it smell funny?
They, I don't really remember a stink of any sort. I just remember them being like giant dragons in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Right, can I get some goldfish at your own peril?
Yeah.
Like they opened up the pantry door, and it was a jungle with two monsters in it.
My stepdad growing up had an iguana. He called him Critter, and he was pretty cool. I mean, he didn't let him run around the kitchen. But
how big was that thing?
He's probably like 1.5 feet long.
Oh, okay. You should get a
6 footer. They will grow apparently as
Damn.
big as their space will let them. I guess.
That's what I hear. Yeah. All right. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
So,
pantry size.
Thank you guys. Have a great one. Bong bong.
Bong bong.
Bong bong. That's a new one.
I kind of like the idea of just coming into a place and just iguanas are just crawling around. It's kind of neat.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna grab some pretzels. What the?
Let's go to Siri and Steve. Good morning, Siri and Steve.
Hey, good morning, my radio family. How we doing, bro?
Doing well, man. What's the weirdest pet you've ever owned, or maybe someone you knew?
Well, I got a buddy of mine that moved to our apartment complex at the time when we were living back east, and they were on a second floor, and they weren't allowed to have fish tanks, so he gave me his eel. I don't know what kind of eel it was, bro, but it was like a salt water eel, but it looked so freaking cool. It looked like a dragon. I don't know if there's a such thing as dragon eel. But,
Siri and Steve killed it and ate it.
How long did you keep that alive?
About like almost a year.
Oh,
almost.
Not bad. I would have thought Steve would have blown it in a month.
What's the average life expectancy of an eel?
I don't know, but it was a salt water too. It was like
those
really
are hard.
Yeah, and he had it
those
in
are
a
hard
sink.
tank.
Really, really hard to take care of, man. It was the coolest thing about. I mean, when it doesn't normally come out like a lot, but when you feed it, man, that sucker comes out. It got like gills, and it looks so.
And before I neglected it and killed it, it was awesome.
Yeah, it eventually just stopped coming out of there.
All right, Steve, appreciate you, bro.
Love you guys. Take care.
We want to know about the most exotic pet you've ever owned. Maybe you owned a monkey. Maybe you had access to a llama or a rhino.
A rhino.
Like my mother-in-law, it looks like the cartoon movie Rio in her house. You got like parrots. And
Oh, I bet it smells great.
I thought you were about to compare your mother-in-law to a rhino, and I was like, Drew.
She got some horns.
Rio.
Rhino.
The rhinos in
Rio.
Whatever.
Same difference.
More of your calls going up again.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
And now, Brews Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, the NFL is picking up the pieces after what was a wild rampage at the corporate offices and an attempt by a guy who claimed to have CTE, now unsubstantiated at this point, took his grievance out on the NFL, even though he never played a down of college or professional football. But a lot of people see the NFL as kind of the halo that sweeps all the CTE under the rug so they can continue to play football. Still no reason for this type of behavior, as luckily for those up there barricaded in their office, because when everything popped off, they sent the message that he's coming upstairs. They barricaded with every single piece of furniture on the entire floor. It looks like something out of a movie, but he did go up the wrong elevator, thus limiting the number of casualties, but just still unbelievable as we realize that we are all still touchable. The NFL had multiple layers of security there that seemed to just be swept right through. Also, the University of Colorado football coach Deion Sanders announced that he underwent surgery to remove his bladder. Now, he had bladder cancer. Now, luckily, because of this removal, he's been able to be cancer-free at this point and will continue coaching and plans to be on the sideline come this fall. But he did talk about how tough this is and what that means for his peeing situation.
It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like a Atlanta Falcon prime at one point, and just dealing with the catheter, dealing with all the stuff that I had to deal with. And right now I'm still dealing with going to the bathroom. Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm going to be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different.
And you know what is also a bummer? He knew that he had the cancer and he had not told his sons because he didn't want to mess with them during that whole draft process. And then all that drama went down and everybody's smashing Deion the whole time. He's like, I'm about to die of cancer, and everyone's being a dick. So I'm glad he's feeling better. We're past that.
You should have thrown that in somebody's face.
Yeah, I know, but
I got cancer.
He's like, how does that make you feel, bud? He's still got the cowboy hat, though, and the overalls, so it's a lot of character coming into the fall. There's your sports.
Laura and I saw him on TV this morning, and we're like, wow, he's dressed
like
up.
Rapping farmer.
He's ready to farm.
Yeah, but I mean,
with the most gangster chain you've ever seen.
Yeah, diamond encrusted. I don't even know what that is. He does look, you can tell he has lost a ton of weight, though.
He was thin.
Yeah.
We'll maybe put some pictures online if you want to see it, Deion Sanders, but he's doing much better. 1059thebrew.com. All right, coming up next, we want to know if you've ever owned a strange pet. You know, if I lose this weight loss challenge against Casey, I got to let a tarantula crawl on my body, and I've got, pretty bad arachnophobia. I haven't really been thinking about it because it makes me sick to my stomach and I get sweaty palms.
Compartmentalize it.
Tell us, what did you own? Maybe you owned a tarantula. Maybe you owned something, even weirder than that. What animal? Or maybe it was your neighbor or a family member. Who knows? 866-445-1059 is the phone number. Your call is after Puddle of Mud on The Brew.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break, or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dog.
So we were thinking that if I lose this weight loss challenge against Beefwater, that we got to get our hands on a tarantula.
Yeah.
ASAP.
And then we were like, who has a tarantula? That's creepy. It's a weird pet to own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not buying a tarantula for this bit.
Yeah, because then
I
it's
refuse.
like somebody's got to take it home.
I did buy a pet snake for a bit once, like 20 years ago for a radio bit. We did a bit where we put we blindfolded this guy and put a snake in his diaper, and he had to guess what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, and he went off the deep end.
It didn't go well for
because
him.
he was afraid of snakes. Wasn't he?
Yeah,
It's a classic bit called Snakes on a Stank.
Yeah, we called him Stank.
Wow.
And it was one of my favorite bits because he flipped out.
So
But
I mean,
what
maybe
happened?
this is karma.
Whatever happened to that snake? Do you
A
remember?
listener adopted it.
Oh,
That's nice.
good.
Yeah.
I saw a guy. I was walking down the street the other day, and there was a guy with a giant snake just wrapped around his neck like a scarf. And I was like, I crossed the road to be behind him because I was like, is that a? I gotta get a closer look.
I saw that on Laura's on her Instagram, and this wasn't like a it was a big python type snake.
Full on.
Yeah.
Like it was like the size of your bicep.
Yeah, so I
And
was like,
people are
whatever.
like that. Like, remember the guy who came to Bacon and Beer, and I thought he was playing pocket pool, and
that's
it turned
right.
out he just had a snake in his pocket.
I forgot about that guy. Yeah,
Just in his pocket.
What weird pet have you ever owned? Or maybe it was your family member, or friend, or a neighbor. This text comes from 7308. It says, my aunt had a ranch, and they had a pet buffalo.
What?
You could kind of pet its head through a fence, but if you weren't fast enough, when she decided she was done, she would hook your arm through the horns and hurt you like a bitch.
That's right. I'm about to hook you up, son.
It's like my cat. My cat will just take pets, and when she's done, she claws you.
Yeah, that means I'm finished. Thank you, sir.
6584 says, I used to have a pet prairie dog. It would bark in excitement when I would come home from work. I've seen videos of them, and they're so
Prairie
cute.
dogs have bubonic plague?
Whoa.
I got to ruin this guy's day.
I'm just
Jeez,
saying.
I'm sure they don't all have the plague.
Now I got to go home and kill it.
Oh no.
We all have a little prairie dog after some bad Mexican food.
I'm prairie dogging.
This text says, we got a call from Syrian Steve. He had a pet eel once that died after a year. This guy said Syrian Steve rolled that eel into some panko and laid it to rest at 375 degrees in corn
That's
oil.
right, and dipped it in some tartar sauce.
No.
That sounds delicious.
This text from 1880 says, I will promise I will make sure that you have a tarantula because Casey's going to win. Oh, get out of here.
Somebody's
son.
promising. That's a...
Yeah.
You better be able to deliver on that.
1880. They text in a lot, and they say they have a tarantula.
There we go.
Okay, perfect.
I literally got just lightheaded.
It's like,
thinking about it all.
it's possible.
Oh, man. It's not possible because I plan on beating him. Although I did tell you guys yesterday that I'm feeling very discouraged.
High levels of anxiety are good for weight loss.
I just feel my gut like I've been kicking my ass. Like, I've
Dude,
been working so
you
hard.
gotta stop because if your cortisol keeps spiking like this, it's gonna be tougher to lose the weight. So just calm down.
All right.
Nose to the grindstone.
What did Shirley say? Your internal narrative needs to improve.
Yeah.
Because I am very negative to myself. Like, there's a song, I don't remember the band, but the hook is, I wouldn't talk to a friend the way I talk to myself, which is the truth. Like, I say some negative things about myself, but it's a way to keep me going, you guys.
Yeah, and Shirley's a ray of sunshine, so she's like trying to hit you with a puddle of rainbows.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'm a bitch. And she'll be like...
It's like, you're a star.
she won't say that. She won't go that far.
She'll lie to you.
But
She'll do it for you.
She is very, very great. Shirley from G3 Fitness, who is helping Beefwater and I lose this weight. This one says... they owned a lot of pets, anything from frogs to walking sticks.
Oh, wow. So they're a bug person.
Walking sticks are creepy.
Walking sticks are weird.
But I mean, I guess they're kind of neat for some people. They're
neat.
fascinating.
Yeah.
This person says they had a pet rat.
Yeah, my cousin had a pet rat.
So did I.
She
and
loved that thing.
I did too until I set that fat trap for it a few days ago and busted up its
dare
neck
you.
in my backyard.
You know what?
I put that thing down.
All jokes aside, mice are whatever. But
This is a rat.
Rats are super intelligent.
And they're, no, not really. Peanut butter will kill them in under a minute.
That's messed up.
The rats are, you can't have rats like under your house. That's not how you do it.
Yeah, well.
Laura wants you to capture it and take it to a
I know.
sanctuary.
She's like, seriously?
They're
You're
really
gonna
smart.
You're going to kill a rat? Absolutely.
Well,
I thought about Laura the other day.
One of
when I-
these days, rats are there's gonna be some sort of like uprising, and they're gonna be putting out like chicken wings.
I thought about Laura the other day
Drew's
when
gonna
I.
be following the trail of chicken wings.
Okay, you keep going.
Yeah, and then
This
you're
hypothetical
gonna get,
story, Laura.
and then you're gonna get poisoned when the giant rat people take over the world.
I don't even remember what I was going to say anymore.
Laura, something.
Oh yeah, I thought about Laura over the weekend. I killed a spider.
Oh, yeah.
Good nice job.
And like Laura captures it and takes it outside.
Yeah, but I mean, I am proud of you for like facing your fear and killing the spider.
Oh, listen, man. We got to do what you got to do when you're by yourself.
My electric fly swatter has 1,000 kills on it.
By the way, I need a place to stay because I killed it by burning my house down.
Yeah, okay.
This one says, I used to own 2 ball pythons as pets.
Oh.
Feeding them was always too much fun. What, did you just throw mice to them?
I probably.
Yeah,
I think that's what you do, actually.
I had a roommate who had a snake, and he would do feedings in the hall where he'd put up 2 boards in the hall, throw a mouse in there, and release the snake.
I don't know what this animal is. My parent had a property in California next. Oh, I'm sorry. I read this wrong. My parents had property in California next to Tippi Hedren, and she had a lion sanctuary. It was super rad.
A lion sanctuary.
Laura, you'd love this. 3187 said they had a pet raccoon for about a year back in Pennsylvania before they was taken away because it's legal. Not legal.
I was going to say it's not legal here, I know, because I've looked into it. But man, I want a raccoon.
Believe it or not, I have a neighbor who took in a raccoon.
Really?
Really?
No joke. And
maybe it was a raccoon under your house.
And this raccoon that they took in actually ended up dying because it was fed so much human food.
Oh no!
It just like got like its own
I
little
thought they
case
eat
of diabetes.
garbage. What are you talking about?
It was like it's the process of these like little baby, these little stars that you feed to an infant. They were feeding to it, and over time it got like raccoon diabetes.
Oh my God!
This text from 5858 says, my buddy had a cobra and only went there once, and I never went back. F snakes, they can all disappear. 9017 says, my daughter had a chinchilla. It was super hyper and would jump around in its cage, but it was super cute.
But I feel like chinchillas, don't they have to have like a really dusty environment?
Well, you just don't clean. Great.
There it is.
Perfect.
Nobody
Nice and
ever
dusted.
We never dusted this house. We did it for the chilla.
A very low maintenance pet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Doesn't sound
Kind of
like
like me. I'm better in dust.
Doesn't sound like we're gonna get a tarantula.
Yeah,
That's not what I heard. There was somebody who
already
offered.
confirmed. We're confirmed.
Yeah, they
no,
promised.
I didn't confirm anything.
That's,
they promised.
They wrote it
I
down.
don't know. I just don't think it's gonna happen. We'll have to just move on.
No,
to the next
I
bit.
don't think so.
Just gonna have to get something bigger.
So August 15th is the final day of Tanner and Casey's blubber burn.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out who lost the most weight after 6 weeks, and we're going to do it by body fat percentage. The loser will have to let, I will have to let the tarantula roll on my body if I lose. Beefwater will have to show us those gross toes if I win.
And if people know a tarantula guy, hit us. We need it.
I'm going to turn your mic off in a second. More of your calls coming up. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
What's the weirdest pet you've ever owned? Do you own something weird like a tarantula or a big ass snake or maybe you got a cute little koala bear? Actually, I hear they're really bastards.
I hate koala bears. I will die on that hill.
They're adorable.
Koala bears are so disgusting.
I know they have chlamydia and stuff.
They all have
love
chlamydia.
all the most disgusting animals. Why would you not like this one?
Because they all have chlamydia. They eat poop out of each other's butts. They're always stoned. They fall out of trees. They're a little aggressive with other animals, if you know what I'm saying.
Sounds a lot like humans in the way you describe it. And rats, they're so much better.
They are better. At least they're smart.
We got some talkbacks to our iHeartRadio app. What's the weirdest pet you ever owned?
Morning, guys. Rob the welder. So, as a kid, I had a pet tarantula and a pet scorpion.
Oh.
Actually, I had 2 tarantulas. One was Bob Marley, one was Jim Morrison, and they ended up killing each other. That was kind of crazy. And then I had a pet scorpion, and my son has a pet pig named Wilbur.
Wow.
Wilbur.
What size pig? Because, you hear those stories about people getting mini pigs and then they end up being giant, like, pot bellies.
Yeah, you didn't realize.
My friend Ashley in Ohio, they got themselves a pig, like a
pot belly.
It's one of those like state fair pigs.
Oh, a prize pig.
Prize pig. So it's a massive pig, and she sent me a video, and she just plays classical music for it in the barn all day.
Will it be sold at auction at some point?
I think so, yeah.
And then
Are they going to turn it into bacon?
Yeah, and
a BLT.
Make some really good sandwiches. But that's what she's telling me. She's like, it's really sweet, and I love it. Like it's like a puppy. And I go, and you're just gonna eat it?
There's gonna be a weird goodbye one day.
The way it is.
I think you just go in the house and they put it in the truck.
Well, it's obviously not me, but when I went to Oklahoma, the farm we went to visit, they had a camel. They had a bunch of Highland cows, all the fuzzy cows.
Wow.
They had capybaras. Oh, the capybaras were the best part.
Capybara.
Mm-hmm.
Fat Thor says he used to have a hedgehog.
Yeah, my friend used to have a hedgehog.
2208 says when we lived in California, I had a wolf spider come into my shower, and I've had it as a pet. I had it as a pet for 2 years after that.
Whoa.
That is so interesting.
That is interesting.
I like to see if they can swim.
I want to know I want to know, did they capture it or did it just keep coming back and so they called it their pet?
I mean, you kind of have to capture it. A spider, you see it and then you're like, it just disappears into the wind and then it's just in your mouth.
And then I got to go stay in a hotel for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, more of your calls and texts coming up here in just a few minutes. We are commercial free. It's 105.9 The Brew, Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes.
.1059 The Brew. It's Portland's rock station. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Yesterday it was exciting, man. We had legendary news anchor Jeff Gianola in the studio.
Yep.
He was a pretty cool guy.
He was awesome.
He was. We were just talking about him earlier this morning, how sweet he was, and
He's so nice.
yeah, and very open and honest, and he smelled great.
Yeah, and was laid back. He was, some people come in and they're on guard.
Yeah.
He was not.
You know what was
It
weird?
just felt like he was happy to be here.
You know what was weird for me though is seeing him without a suit on.
Yeah, in a polo. I had to, and because I was sitting next to him over here, and so he was also in some shorts.
Yeah.
So like that was something because normally
You see him
when I see Gianola, he's buttoned up.
Yeah, it's like seeing your pastor outside of church.
Yeah.
You know, like well, you're not supposed to be in a t-shirt and jeans.
It's
I
funny
like
because
the human version though.
Yeah, and we posted a picture on Instagram, and it just so happened that all of us were wearing like different shades of black or gray, and somebody commented, "Was it Goth Day at work today?"
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Jeff Gianola was dressed in black.
He looks like he fits right in, honestly.
Yeah.
Go check out the photo of all of us with Jeff Gianola. You'll be able to see Jeff Gianola in his regular civilian clothes.
Yep.
No suit, and that's what's weird for me. Like just to see, when I used to watch Conan every single night. To see him in regular clothes is weird because he would always wear a suit. Same thing with Leno or Stephen Colbert. They would always. You'd see him in like a t-shirt somewhere and you're like, what the hell?
It breaks the fourth wall a little bit.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see Jeff Gianola without a suit on. Go check out the photo. Follow us on Instagram at 1059 The Brew. By the way, if you want to hear the entire interview with Jeff Gianola, it is online. Check out our podcast from yesterday at 1059thebrew.com. Here's a little sample of what happened yesterday. I thought this was funny when he said this. You've been doing this for so long, you just power through it.
Yeah, well,
So by the way, we were talking about him losing his hearing.
Oh, yes.
Which is incredible that he fought all the way through that and stayed on the news the whole time.
Yeah, for a while he was actually like deaf, and
still doing the news.
I had no idea. You've been doing this for so long, you just power through it.
Yeah, well, the nice thing is you hear from so many people. The funny thing is, I always tell this story. I was somewhere, and a lady from across the room, she was smiling at me, but she kept saying, "Jeff Gianola, you're a lesbian." And I thought, what? And she kept saying that. And I thought, no,
that's another one I'm taking out of context.
And I told my friend I was next to, I said, he keeps calling me. This lady keeps calling, and he goes, what? And he looks, he goes, no, she's saying you're a legend. I couldn't hear that.
And he is, man. The great Jeff Gianola retiring after 40 plus years on TV.
Amazing run.
He is a legend.
Jeff Gianola, you're a lesbian.
No, a legend, Jeff.
Yes.
You already told that story.
Clear it up.
That's Jeff. It was out of context. 1059thebrew.com. Check out the interview now.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. This morning, we were supposed to have Beefwater in the studio for another edition of Beef's Fast Food Frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to go to California for some work promotion at Disney, actually. So he went to Disneyland, so it wasn't the worst thing. But
he was having a good time until
he was supposed to fly back last night, and his flight first got delayed, and then it was canceled. I don't know why a flight from Anaheim to Portland would be canceled. It's pretty sure it's a direct flight on Alaska, but
for sure.
That's such a drag to go from the happiest place on earth to just being stuck at the airport for 12 hours.
Which is the opposite of the happiest place on earth.
And we were talking about having to sleep at the airport, and I've had to do it. I had to sleep at the airport in Las Vegas once when I missed my flight. A lot of people are saying, this person says they had to sleep up in Seattle at that airport, SeaTac.
The best solution I've had at an airport was maybe at O'Hare, which is kind of a dumpy airport. But
Chicago?
They did have the armrests that you couldn't put up, but they also have like individual chairs. So I was able to stretch out from chair to chair and at least put my legs out.
Yeah.
And sleep that way.
That's not bad.
I didn't have to sleep on the floor, but it was still super uncomfortable.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, this one says, my buddy got delayed at LAX for 10 hours. They just laid down on the floor. A lot of people had to sleep at LAX.
And when, we've had a handful of people say that they've been nailed like this on standby. And the one time I did 14 hours was a standby day. So not only are you at the airport, but every 2 hours you get let down again. So you're like, okay, we're going to get out of here. And then, no, sorry, you didn't make the flight. So then you get another two, another two. So you never actually can go to bed.
Yeah.
You need to nap, wake up, cry.
You got to
lay
be on
down,
high
nap,
alert.
wake up, cry.
Yeah.
Then go home at the end.
Bummer.
I think we got a talkback message yesterday or this morning about this.
Good morning, Brew Crew. Thanks to the San Francisco airport, I now travel with earplugs, eye mask, and some sort of sleep aid, fluffy pillow or a very fluffy jacket, and a lightweight blanket. Sleeping in the airport sucks. You might as well be as comfortable as you can be with what you got on you. Peace. I'm out.
Yeah, I guess, but you don't have any room for any of your stuff. You're just basically packing for camping.
Yeah, you're only good to go in the airport, but when you get to the hotel, not much else.
I do think that a blanket is something, a lightweight blanket is something, because you can use your backpack as a pillow or whatever, but I just got so cold when I was sleeping at SFO.
Yeah, I just use I buy a neck pillow, and that can,
that's a good idea.
You know, you can strap that to your bag usually, and that works as a pillow.
Yeah,
those
you'll
are
be
great.
fine. All right, a couple more text messages are coming in. We were just talking about Jeff Gianola, the legendary news anchor who was in the studio yesterday, just to talk about his retirement. He's retiring after 40 plus years.
Yeah.
What a ride.
Someone from 6991 says, I was trying to listen to the interview on the podcast and it cut off right before the interview. Yeah, we just checked it. There's some technical issue, or either that or Drew screwed it up, one of the two.
It's easier to blame me, I think.
But we'll fix it today. We promise it'll be fixed by like 11 o'clock this morning, 11:30, somewhere around there.
Absolutely.
You'll be able to hear the full interview. We have clips of the Jeff Gianola interview on our Instagram right now, or TikTok at 1059 The Brew. And we'll have more clips today and throughout the week of our new buddy, Jeff Gianola.
That's right.
This text from Paige says, who's Jeff Gianola?
I think it's a good time for you to do a little history report. Not only is he a 40-year veteran of the news in this city, but he's also, I would say, quite the hero mode for countless children he helped to find homes who were without parents as children.
It was Wednesday Child Stories, and he would get kids adopted and stuff.
And that's so awesome. So, if you don't know him, look him up.
For the people who don't know, Jeff Gianola is a legendary news anchor. He's here in Portland on Coin 6.
Yeah.
And he does the nightly news?
He does the 5, the
5
the
and
6, and the 11.
So he's there pretty much all night.
Wow.
He's the big dog. He
He's
brings
the
it
guy.
home, baby.
And he's been doing it for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, it's a 40-year career. You were a wee lad at that time.
Man, whoever steps into that role is going to have some big shoes to fill.
No one is going to step into that role, like he said to us yesterday. It's the end of the era, the last great newsman.
Right.
He's one of them. We got
Jeff Gianola, you're a lesbian.
A legend, Jeff.
You're a legend, Jeff. Yeah, you gotta make sure you remember that.
Jeff Gianola, you're a lesbian.
Come on now.
Go check out the clips, 1059 The Brew on Instagram and TikTok. And we will have the podcast fixed as soon as the show's done, and you'll be able to listen to the entire interview with Jeff Gianola. It's 1059 The Brew. Happy Tuesday.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jello shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
Happy Tuesday. All right, I got some church fails to play for you.
Oh, boy.
All right.
The Sunday church, especially at a mega church, they go big. Sometimes it's like an actual concert.
Oh, yeah, they're into it.
The church I went to in Texas, Dallas, Texas, it was a mega church then, but now it's gotten even bigger.
I was going to say home of the mega church, Dallas, Texas.
I went to this church called Trinity Christian. And it was a mega church in the 80s. I also went to school there.
Yeah.
And now it is so big that the church that was the main church when I was a kid is now the kids' church. And they built this giant
mega
castle
thing
next to it.
Whoa.
And growing up, whenever we would get to go, like our choir, sometimes we'd get to go practice at the church because somebody knew the guy. And it was always the nicest equipment.
Yep.
It was always the highest end stuff. They had the best board, the best speakers.
They had all of the things. And I do remember sometimes mistakes would happen because every year my church would put on a big play. They'd put on, I think it was for, I don't remember when they would do the resurrection of Jesus. You know,
have
that was
like
a big
the winter special
Yeah.
and the Easter deal.
And Easter, I think. And then every Christmas, my mom was in the play, the Scrooge play. What is it?
A Christmas Carol. I believe?
Yeah, it's where he goes back in time or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. My mom was in that.
The Three Ghosts.
And so it was like a big deal. And things would happen because you got all the money, but sometimes you don't have all the pros.
Yeah.
You just got some dad who's, working at Home Depot during the week.
Totally.
He's helping out the church on a Sunday.
And the only people trying out are the people who go to the church.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
But a lot of bloopers happen. And I've got a couple of clips here of some pretty big church fails.
Okay.
Let's see if you can spot this one.
Cling to Jesus, his death, his resurrection. He is our hope.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Cling to Jesus, his death, his resurrection. He is our hope.
Don't want to be clinging to that too hard.
You wake up at the wrong angle, it's not Jesus' fault.
I mean, that is true. He was sleeping for 3 days. So.
I mean, you know how absolutely Torque City most of us would be?
We have another clip here. I'm not sure which one this is. Okay, so this is the pastor who's deciding to sing along with the band.
Okay.
And someone should tell the pastor.
Did he not know his mic was on? Or?
I know. At some point,
crushing.
He knows it's on because sometimes he's lip syncing.
Got
when you hear him stop,
okay.
he's still pretending to sing.
Okay.
We worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who evermore will be.
And that nice singer behind him is like, God, can you stop?
You're throwing me off.
You're draining the donation bin right now.
Yeah.
He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging sea. My God, he holds the victory. Yeah.
Now he's lip syncing.
There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise.
Oh, boy.
Someone needs to check the pastor's cup for a little bit of the hard alcohol.
And this, I will save the best for last because this is the cringiest clip.
Okay.
From these church fails.
All right.
I guess this will be a new segment. It's called Sunday Church Fails.
Okay.
All right.
And these kids, you know how like youth group will go along and they'll do something to connect with the kids.
Sure.
But it always ends up being the most cringe thing you've ever seen in your life.
Corny.
These kids tried to do like a parody of Justin Timberlake's "Bringing Sexy Back."
Oh, all right.
Bringing Sexy Back.
You know what? That's going to bring the kids
choice.
in, though. I mean, it's going to deliver the message while being super cool.
I suppose it would have 20 years ago when the song came out. But
well, they're always so connected.
Yeah.
Really on the ball. Here is these kids singing their Sexy Back church parody.
I'm bringing Jesus back. Yep. These atheists don't know how to act. Yep. I think Satan better watch his back. Yep.
Laura's feeling it.
So just keep praising him and don't you slack. Yep. Take him to the cross. The Bible,
Take him to the cross.
babe. You see these verses, that's how I got saved. The Holy Ghost is what I crave. It's just that Jesus makes me feel this way.
Take him to the cross.
Come here, child, because Jesus wants to come to the cross where he bought you. G-O-D, now you can see. Pray for me, I'll pray for these. See who you hanging with? Go ahead, be going. Look at those.
Yeah, these kids are going straight to hell.
Man,
well,
that
I
is
don't know.
a
That's
jam.
kind of a banger. I don't know how you could say that's cringe, dude.
You think that's not okay?
Look at
Better
those
than the
sins, now it's
original.
forgiven. He'll make you smile. Go ahead. ahead, welcome. Come here, child.
What was that line?
Forgiveness will make you smile. Go ahead, welcome. Come here, child.
Your head
welcome. Love him.
Go ahead and go ahead.
I think love him.
Go ahead, keep going. Look at those sins. Now it's forgiveness. Will make you smile.
Now let's go get him.
Now it's forgiven.
Forgiven.
You gotta
now it's forgiven.
No, she's saying let's go get him.
No, play it
I'll
again.
pray for these who you hanging with. Go ahead, keep going. Look at those sins. Now it's forgiven. Will make
Now let's go get him.
No,
look at those sins. Now they're
it's forgiven.
What? Look at
you
those
hanging
sins.
with. Go ahead, keep going. Look at those sins. Now it's forgiven. Will
All right,
make
now I'm hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're such good rappers. It should have been clear from the beginnings.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All right.
Well, I think we're all a little closer to the big man.
Hallelujah.
Honestly, to come up with that, it's pretty creative.
I want to go back to my old Power Zone days, get one of those free cheeseburgers and sing off the overhead.
John Jacobs and the Power Team?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Oh, yeah, man.
Man.
I saw John Jacobs and the Power Team live at the Memorial Coliseum many moons ago.
Really?
Wow.
And then I saw Carmen at the Memorial Coliseum many moons ago.
Oh,
Christian
Carmen.
artist Carmen.
Yeah.
Where's
I
Carmen
love
these
Carmen.
days? Just doing church
I think
tours?
he's
passed.
dead.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P.
He's the one who did Addicted to Jesus with DC Talk.
Yeah, and don't be sad. He sang his way into heaven, guys. He's up there kicking
That's
it, wheels
true.
up.
Well, I heard some controversy the other day that I don't,
Okay, well, wheels down,
You
back
can't
to the
be
judgment zone.
Don't be throwing dirt on this man's name. He's not here to defend himself. Did he do the song about no, you can't get to heaven on roller skates because you roll right past those pearly gates?
I don't know.
He does that, Carmen?
I don't know. Heaven.
I'm so separated from Carmen. I thought it was going to be a girl.
No, Laura, that's Veggie Tales, what you're singing.
No, it's
It
not.
is.
No.
It's Veggie Tales.
Is that Larry the Cucumber?
Yeah.
That is not Veggie Tales.
Veggie
Hold on.
Tales. You don't know your Christian content.
No, I don't. This was before Veggie Tales, I think.
Well, that's all that's coming up. Oh, here's another one. Is it Nina and Frederick?
I don't know.
Oh, we're really going down the rabbit hole.
We got Betty Johnson doing it in 59.
Oh, my God. If this song's playing, I don't want to go. Like, if I get up there and this is on the radio, I'm coming back.
This isn't what they promised.
You gonna believe. All right.
Okay.
Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to find out what's trending. And we're going to be flipping this format to Christian doo-wops.
And at least one veggie hit an hour.
This is what I in college, this is the type of music I DJ'd. So I feel right at home here.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, more of your calls coming up. Hang on.
You've been watching the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream, powered by coffee, Jell-O shots, and depression. Please stand by. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. So be patient, for f***'s sake. Thank you for continuing to hold. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. But as the kids say, chill, bruh. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. On God. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. In the meantime, follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Thank you for checking out the Tanner, Drew, and Laura SpyCam video stream. We're currently at a break or playing a song that we can't afford the rights to. Please continue to stand by. Your viewership is very important to us. And remember, keep calm and bing bong, f***ers. Thank you for continuing to sit there like a big dum-dum. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to sit there and do nothing. Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back momentarily. In the meantime, call your mom for God's sake. Whoa, isn't this taking forever? Tanner, Drew, and Laura will be back in minutes. Thank you for continuing to hold.
1059 The Brew. It's Portland's Rock Station. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So Beefwater's flight got canceled yesterday. He was unable to do our fast food frenzy this morning, which is disappointing because I wanted to hear what what healthy item he ate from a fast food joint. But you just ate something pretty good from Wendy's?
Yeah, it's actually really good, and it's kind of like all the hype right now. The Takis, people love the Takis, little rolled up chips. Well, it's a chicken sandwich inspired by the Takis, the Fuego chicken sandwich. It's at Wendy's for a limited time, and I did go try it. And what you like about it, Tanner, is it's that spicy chicken.
Yes.
So that's the base.
And that crunch. I would imagine that Taki would be kind of crunchy.
Exactly. So they use kind of little pieces of the Takis, and they're a Fuego chip. So that's spicy on top of the spicy.
I love it.
And then you can level it out. It's got that chili lime sauce, that creamy corn spread,
dude. Wendy's,
and a cheddar cheese sauce.
Wendy's is probably after McDonald's. It's probably my favorite.
I really do love it. And the fries, I just had the fries again. The fries are on point.
Yeah, always.
That actually
They're
sounds
so good.
This sounds the chili lime and then the corn spread.
Yeah.
That sounds. I love it. I love corn.
And it's weird because you
Yeah.
wouldn't think to design the sandwich this way, but it
Yeah.
all goes together pretty well. So I was pretty stoked with it. I even got my kid to take a bite. There's a lot of flavor there.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "You didn't tell me it was spicy." I'll just buckle up.
Well, when this is all over, this weight loss challenge between me and Casey, I'm getting one of those.
I was gonna say I might have to pick one up.
I love Wendy's.
And it's a limited time only, so get it while it's hot.
All right, let's find out what's trending real fast.
Now, what's trending?
All right, we got a lot of good stuff on the website. We're going to record a new Donkey Show podcast today. Hopefully I won't have any trouble loading it because, man, oh man, I've been having some issues with the internet lately.
That being said, we did just fix the Jeff Gianola interview, so we're on board.
So if you missed our interview with the legendary Coin 6 news anchor Jeff Gianola, go check it out, 1059thebrew.com. We got some video clips on our Instagram and TikToks at 1059thebrew or at Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
Yes.
And more video clips will be loaded.
That's right.
From the great Jeff Gianola. Also online, movie trailers galore and the podcast. You can hear the show if you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. All right.
Get some.
Okay.
Hundreds and hundreds of episodes for you.
Tomorrow we're going to have another pair of tickets to see 311. Have you ever seen 311 live before, Laura?
I have not.
I have not either. I hear they're good.
Yeah, me too.
And it'll be a super bakey show, so we'll have another pair of tickets tomorrow at 7:30.
Yeah.
And Court's in next. So, Laura, would you like to sing us out?
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Wow.
That wasn't terrible.
Good enough.
That was bad. Not bad. All right, Court's in next. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Bye. I literally just said the same thing you just said.